Oh, I'm the Uneducated Businessman, and we're talking about closing out our project and learning from the lessons we learned during the project. And last video we talked about evaluating the project to see what went well and what went not so well, and making a list of all of this stuff so we can take it and put it into our next project. So it's really, really important you do it. And I would say you must produce a document. You must document every lesson you learn, and not just document what the problem was, but document what the solution is to that problem next to it. So it's really easy to read and understand. When you can do that, you've got almost like a Bible that you can refer to and you can go back on. So when you're doing another project, something happened, you just go back to this Bible, you look at, okay, that went wrong there, this is what we did. Boom, you've got your solution. And to create a final product, I've listed out some categories that you need to record, and I'll read it so I don't miss anything, because it's a really good way of summarizing things, summarizing your findings. And I don't want you to get this wrong. I want you to really learn from this, and I want you to use this. So just so I don't miss anything, because the old brain don't always work that well and I forget things, I've got it here, so forgive me, I'm going to read a little bit. But in your list out your current project status. Now, what were the original objectives? What has the team achieved? Yeah, so what did you start out to do? What did you achieve? Very, very simple, because you might find actually you started out to do this and you achieved that, and you've got to understand, was that what you wanted? Did it actually end up what you wanted? Or did you completely miss the goal? Yeah, because that's what you wanted. So, future status. What will happen to the project now that it has been completed? Will it be incorporated into an ongoing production process? Was it part of a larger project? Was it self-contained? And did it achieve its goals? So obviously, if it's part of another project, this project isn't maybe over, it's just going to be moved into something else, and that's fine. Did it achieve its goals? Well, hopefully yes. If it didn't, why didn't it? You will have your goal of the project. So if it didn't achieve it, it gives you a great opportunity to sit back and look at, why didn't it achieve it? Did it achieve something else? Did it achieve something that was better? How did that process take place? How did that grow into this thing that was better? Or did it fail? Why did it fail? These are all the questions you've got to answer yourself, and you've got to find out, because it's no good just finishing a project and moving on to the next thing. You've got to go back and you've got to look through, and you've got to work out why and when and how and did it. Yeah, and ask these questions, because once you understand it, then you're going to be in such a better position moving forward. Another one you've got to list out is risk. Are there, or were there, any risks that could have potential for financial loss, project failure, or other liabilities? You've got to look at the risk within your project. You've got to make sure that you know what the risks are, and could they have been avoided, or was they avoided? If they wasn't, why wasn't they avoided? If they was, how did you avoid them? And you've got to document it. So when you do your next project, and I know I've repeated myself a few times, but it's very, very important, you create this Bible so you know everything that went on. You know how to mitigate risk. You know what the risks are. So moving forward, you just have it. Well, okay, we're going to design this next project. I know what the risks are going to be, and I know how to mitigate them. I know the solutions in advance. Information relevant to other projects. What lessons learned can be applied to other projects underway or being planned? How can these lessons be communicated so they are not lessons lost? And this is what I've been talking about. Yeah, that's exactly what I said in the first few. It's all about lessons, guys. It's all about evaluating. It's all about learning. It's all about taking what you've done and making it better next time. And it's all about helping other people within your organisations. If your project is part of a smaller project and you evaluate it and you analyse it, and you can go to the person who's taking over and say, okay, this is the data. This is what went right. This is what went wrong. This is what we did. This is what we didn't do. This is for you. How much are they going to appreciate that? And if you're working for someone and you can do that, you are making yourself very, very valuable as an employee. People aren't doing this. They're not taking the time and effort to put in to do the evaluations. In many cases, they're just getting their job done, they're moving on. They're doing the next thing, moving on, next thing, moving on. But if you take time to evaluate and document, and you can produce something that is valuable for your company, valuable for your line manager, valuable for the next person doing the project, valuable for stakeholders, the people that own the business, you become more valuable. And as the market changes and things get harder and it gets more competitive, if you're in the habit of doing all of this and you're the valuable one, you're going to be the one they will always keep on, always promote, always give the raises to. Yeah, so it's very, very important you do look at evaluating things. And look at, finally, the limitations of the project evaluation. Are there any factors that might limit the validity, I can't say the word, or evaluation, such as incorrect assumptions or missing information? Was there missing information? Did you have everything you needed? Or did you have to make things up on the fly? Was you given the resources you needed? Did you source the resources you needed? Did you go into it completely prepared? Did you know what to expect? We've spoken about this in other videos. A lot of the project is done in the preparation. It's knowing the resources, it's knowing the people, it's knowing the skill sets, it's knowing the goals, it's setting the deadlines, it's setting the targets, it's having all this initially, so you know what to work for, you know where to look for, you know how to get the resources. Was that there? Wasn't it there? If it was, great. If it wasn't, how do you make sure it's there in the future? Where are these resources? Record where they are. And it will make it easier for you and the next person to project manage and design a project when they can see, okay, I need X, Y, and Z resources. Okay, the Bible says they're here. Let's go and get them. And if you can literally get in the habit of evaluating everything and documenting everything and sharing that information, and please share it as well. Don't keep it to yourself. In the past, I always felt like, oh, I've done all this work, I want to keep it to myself. I don't want to share it because it's my work, And I don't want people stealing my ideas. I don't want people taking credit for my ideas. Share it. Don't be scared of that. Get in the habit of sharing and making people around you better and helping others. The more you give, the more you will get back. I guarantee it. And if you can put the extra legwork in and give, you will always get back. You will always be the one that's rewarded. I guarantee that. It changed my life when I've realized that the more I give, the more I get. So now when I do anything and I've evaluated it and I've got knowledge, I always share it. I don't keep it to myself anymore. A lot of people thought I was secretive. I didn't want to talk about things. I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't contributing because I kept things to myself because I was scared other people was going to steal my ideas. Now I just do it. I evaluate it. I produce it and I put it out there and I get rewarded for it. And you should do the same as well. And there's one more thing you need to do. There is really one more thing to do. When you've completed your project, when you've evaluated it, when you've got everything documented, celebrate it. Don't just draw a line under it and move forward. We're all human beings. We all want to be rewarded for things. We all want to enjoy the moment. If you've got a team, celebrate with your team. Celebrate your victories. Celebrate your failures as well. If you failed at something but you learned from it, celebrate it. Get people together. This team you've created hopefully will work on other future projects with you as well. And if you as the leader are celebrating with them, who are they going to want to support moving forward? They're going to want to support you. And why not enjoy a little bit of time with your team away from work, after all everything's been done and dusted, just to kick back and have a good time, and maybe then get the cigar out if that's your thing. It's not mine, but maybe it is. But make sure you celebrate and bring your team together. They're only going to thank you for it moving forward, and you're going to win friends, you're going to be able to influence people, and you're going to be able to keep yourself at the top level for many, many years to come if you involve people like that. Anyway, I hope that was useful as always. I will be looking at what playlist to do next. I haven't really thought about it, actually. I should have prepared, but I will be looking at what I'm going to be learning next. I'm going to be coming away a little bit from project management and revisiting that later, so that's exciting. I'll look forward to starting a new playlist and keeping things fresh. And if you've got ideas and you've got things you want me to talk about, as always, just put something in the comments. And please, if you like it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. That's fine, I'm happy with that. But as always, just let me know what it is you didn't like, so I can always look at improving stuff. Hope that was helpful. I'm the Uneducated Businessman, over and out.